Hi guys, welcome back. This is your reading for August. If you're wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. What other shop talk? Okay, Virgo. What's going on with you guys? Alright, go any further. I will say that this reading has changed. I've added several equations to this reading, and this is for everybody or where you fit. So in the general part, I've added a monetary section to it, and this isn't for winning a lot or anything like that. It's basically a guidance factor connected to what is going on in your money sector. I've also added a family section to it to then directly connect the dots connected to what is going on within your family dynamic, be it the one you're currently within or your extended family as per se, and then on to the general section to sum it up. Then we're moving through to the couples and an in-betweener section, and that's for those of you who are in two minds connected to a relationship. And if you're wanting a little bit of insight into how you're processing the factors, how you're looking at the factors and the relevant factors around you, and then on to the singles. So for your general energy, we will get on to the money section. I can see you wanting to be quite cautious with cash, and I do see you actually wanting to have something behind you, and it's for a given scenario. I do feel that you're wanting to do certain things and wanting to connect the dots as to, it can be a move, it could be connected to a location or something you're actually wanting to invest the money in, and I do feel this is highlighted for you in the month of August. Okay, family. The strange thing is your mind is very focused, connected to goals at the moment. So the connection you have with your family, it's not going to be that you're wanting to be distant to them. It feels as though you're actually occupied. Now you're occupied manifesting and actually working on the areas you're wanting to work on. So it's not a personal thing, it feels a strategic kind of act connected to the forward movement of where you're needing to go in your life. So you're trying to put plans into action, you're trying to put the bread on the butter, the forward motion connected to it. It's like you're feeling words are no longer enough, that you actually have to get the ball rolling in some aspect of your life. You're wanting change, deep change, and you have been changing, you know, over the year deeply, but it's like this urgent requirement to do it now. It's, you feel there's no excuses, so it can be directly connected to your health. It could be directly connected to a road or an outcome or a scenario that you've actually been focusing on and manifesting but haven't as yet done the work connected to it. Okay, now this happened in the other reading where I actually did not get the chakra cards out because I'm going to use my intuition connected to the vibration of the reading and what chakra areas are going to be directly connected or highlighted in the month of August. Okay, within money, again, as I said, I feel you're saving, and this could be you're putting money in a jar or you're putting money in the bank, and you're having a different relationship with money. So you got the celebration card in reverse, but I don't feel a vibration of you're not celebrating. I feel more a sense of you're holding it. You're delaying the celebration through choice, through a change of a vibration connected to the way you want to relate to money, to have a better outcome, to put that seed and to plant it so that you can have that celebration. But until you do that, you know you can't have that. So it's this realization connected to it. And this money situation has absolutely nothing to do with love. So it could be that what you're doing you don't love, therefore you're having to do something so that you can love it. So in a workplace, perhaps you're working, you actually really don't like your job right now, but you're temporarily doing it so that you can have the transition over to get into something that you are physically passionate about. Or physically what you're doing is more for you than the actual relationship as per se. It's a fulfilling sense It's not a personal thing where, oh, you don't love a person, you're being selfish. It's not that sort of energy. It feels more connected to it's something you need to do. Moving forward, have a break connected to money. Don't just let it be the be-all and end-all, because it's not. Yes, we need money to put bread on the table, and maybe you have a break connected to this, and maybe that's why the money and the delay of the celebration is there, so that you can have a bit of time out away, so that you can have the second stage of the forward motion. So prepare for that, and if that is a transitional phase you're going to be going through and crossing from one position at work to another, or knowing that the job's not doing what it needs to do and moving into another scenario, then know that there will be the pause. Know that if you are actually delaying a celebration due to you needing money behind you first before you can have that, then do what you need to do, because the cards are saying, yes, you're on the right track, because it's the energy you're moving into the month with. Sorry. Getting killed by incense. Okay, connected to your family. Okay, a person who was tricky, awkward, different, they're not like this anymore. So you're noticing a change connected to a person who's closely connected to you within the family. So they're being, they're not being the way they used to be. They've very much changed and evolved. And in a sense, it might be this actually motivates a sense of change inside of you, and a sense of change connected to the relationship you have with this person, or people, or dynamic as a whole of the family, really. Okay, so you got this card in reverse. And to me, even vibrationally, the way I feel is within the family, you were blindsided connected to how things were travelling. You were really wanting to have that deep insight, and really you knew the way they were before, perhaps the way things were going, but they're not like that, and it's not the way you think something is. That's what I'm being told. So reserve judgment connected to this scenario if it crops up in your life, because what the cards are saying is that this situation or scenarios are not as they seem. They're different. And where you were blindsided, the energy's changed, and some clarity is actually going to come about connected to what the outcome is with this situation. So you will have the clarity connected to the information. And the story will take you down a journey of why the person had to walk that path, and how it's changed them, and how at times it looked negative, but it's actually positive, because who it's created within this family network is it feels cultured. And when I say cultured, it means you come from all walks of life, and where before the people in your family felt foreign to you, you couldn't relate, because your ethics, your morals, your standards were all very unique and different. Now it's added a story to the family where that's relevant now, because you're individually living your lives and you're respectful towards each of your path. So there's a beautiful story connected to it, I'm feeling. And it doesn't feel like you're actually looking at the family as different. You're looking at them as just part of your story and part of their story and their road. So you're changing connected to how you feel towards these people you love. This could be your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, people that you call relatives, even if they're not your blood relatives, who you directly call family. Okay, so in your general life, where you were very paused and at a standstill in life, you've got great forward motion. Incense. And you're ready to do the things that you need to do. You're ready to take the action that you feel is physically right for yourself. And you're learning an aspect of yourself, your shadow self, of what your fears were connected to. You having an ownership and a right to be doing things. And just some things that were quite hidden about your own personality within yourself that are going to come out, and it's actually going to surprise you. And it's creating a sense of freedom inside you. the way all of these things are going on, it's like you're having an awakening and you feel very peaceful, connected to any decision really you're making in your life. And I do feel it's your road I'm hearing. So the road you're traveling is your road and you have to travel it. Nobody else can travel it for you. It might be that for some of you, you are going solo, but maybe you already were solo. Because uniquely we all very much are. It's just sometimes we can coexist within relationships and be very happy, and it's got nothing to do with the relationship. But uniquely as ourselves, we are all very individual as to our hopes and our dreams and our manifestations. So when you remember that, you feel free because we're never kept. We are always free to make our own choices and to dream big. And those dreams can be supported by partners, but uniquely they're your dreams and you have to own them. So it's having that right to actually own a dream you have in mind without feeling a sense that within the loving environment, whatever it be it your family or within your loving relationship, that you're going to be judged on that basis. And it being something very important to you that even if you were judged, you wouldn't tolerate it. That's what I'm hearing. Because it's something that's actually relevant and important and part of your spiritual growth. Couples. Scoop the cards up. Okay. You're very ready. You're different. Your energy is very different. It's assertive and excited. So if you're not feeling that in the first week, it's coming. And if you're still not feeling that, you need to look at your rising signs. Because the info that's coming through loud and clear is that there's a change of energy connected to you. I feel you're really using your base chakra. I feel your base chakra to be very ready to do the groundwork, you've done the internal, and you're still doing it in a loving way, but you're actually, because you've done the work inside and you've had that pause in the safety of a loving environment, be it a relationship or within your family, you're ready to do that work. So I feel you to be quite grounded. And again, your heart chakra, because you're doing it in a loving way, but in an assertive way. That's very interesting. Okay. For some of you, it might be that you've outgrown a scenario. It doesn't have to be. It can be directly related to how you're relating to each other. That if you're grounded and you communicate within the relationship, you can change the whole energy of the actual reading. And again, if you do feel it's complicated and you do need a booking, please go through and I'll be happy to give you a hand. Okay, so your partner's feeling something's changing and something is coming down to the ground. It can physically be the relationship, or it could physically be an aspect of the relationship is changing and has ended and is moving to that next phase. So that's for good or bad. And part of it for you, you're feeling the way it was going was too much of a burden, so something has to change. And it's due to the fact that there's no justice connected to this, the way it's not balanced. So that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's that even that epiphany where both of you are on the same page and realizing maybe something's out of balance, that you can actually, where the justice was not balanced or where the scales weren't balanced, you can bring that around to bring a balance because you're moving into the month knowing something's not quite going the way it should be and you need to get it back on track. It can be due to money or any given thing that's going on. Okay. Again, I do feel it's money, and it can be that financially both of you are feeling something's got to change. Perhaps one or both of you are working too hard and you're really needing a break, and you're coming to a point where, you've been overdoing it and maybe you just need a break. Maybe you need to accept it might take a bit of time. This could be making you very unwell and unprepared connected to it. where this person might be, your partner might be spending too much, and this is wearing you out because you might be working too much, or they're overdoing it, and so are you in some shape or form. And there's the movement connected to it. You're feeling you're having a bit of bad luck. This is affecting your partner's health and well-being connected to it. But you're being open-minded and kind and understanding and compassionate. But you're also thinking some of the actions are a little bit foolish and something's got to change. So I think you're looking at it from a very different perspective, and maybe that's why your energy was coming through on the monetary front of this isn't working, and maybe one person's working and one person's not, and you're going, you know what, you need a break, I'm going to go back to work, you stay home, or vice versa, something to that degree. But something within the relationship has to change to break a cycle so it's a more balanced relationship. If you're feeling it's not salvageable, well, you've already reached that pivotal point where you feel you actually do have that clarity connected to it. But we've got the in-between section anyway, we can look at that. I'll pull some clarity cards. Okay, your partner is feeling stuck, but they're actually choosing to stay in that energy, so it's their mindset. So unless their mindset changes, even if you do make suggestions, I do feel they're quite set in their ways for this point in time. Okay, so, you know, connected to it affecting their health, it's still, you know, it's going to stay that way because they're choosing it, and it's due to their fears and them feeling they're stuck, and they're using reasons why, but it's because that's where they belong right now till they do the work. And where there's the energy of it just being out of balance, and, you know, maybe some poor decisions were made, and it's a part of the cycle of the way things are going. You know, that will have to change because it won't go on that way. It can't stay that way, because even the fact that they're wanting to stay the way it is, it's saying that it's not creating a stable grounding. This is happening, and unless something changes, it won't last, because the way it's going, whatever the dynamic is that's impacting the relationship will impact the relationship. So it will therefore have to. And it might be a sense that, you know, one or the other is working too much, and it comes to crashing down to a point where they have to stop. And then they do the healing work and the tower, and then they rebuild in order to get the balance back. So even if they feel they can't, they may have to change an aspect within the relationship. And where you're being understanding and compassionate, but you can actually visually see what's going on in some shape or form in the relationship, and you're trying to point it out to them compassionately, you're feeling this whole relationship at the moment is fueled by arguments and just it not being grounded. And it's frustrating you because what you believed it could be, it's not turning out that way because there's no balance connected to it. And it's affecting you. I mean, they think it's just affecting them, but it's actually affecting the entire relationship and people around you, as well as the burdens that you're actually carrying. So it's like for them, everything's falling to pieces, but then you're picking them up and carrying them. And it's not them physically carrying them, could be carrying the burden of the emotions and, you know, trying to be supportive, and it's that roller coaster ride. But it feels as though you're trying to be patient, so in a sense they can learn an aspect connected to themselves, but they're not hearing or getting what they need to learn. And you're at your wit's ends because you don't want to have to take over, because they need to learn these aspects of life themselves. Your mind is not open connected to this. You know, you're frustrated because it's been a repeat of a cycle. It's been a scenario that has been ongoing for a while. And connected to a relationship, this is for some, it won't be for all of you. You might feel an aspect of the way the relationship's going, you've got it in reverse, it can't go on. But you both know that you deserve love, and maybe this isn't connected to love within the relationship, but it's directly impacting the aspect of the love within the relationship. The feels like a way of life is impacting. It could be the diet, it could be the work, it could be the way you relate and communicate to each other. Something is directly affecting the flow and the equilibrium of it. And because you're feeling grounded and you're observing it and seeing it, that's frustrating you, because even when you are actually saying, hey, this or that, I do feel it's going on deaf ears, because they're blocked in what do they call it? Ego? It's not, they're not being mean though. I don't feel them to be, they don't know they're doing it because it's what they know. That's what I'm being told. So they're doing the best they can, and they actually feel what they're doing is correct. And in their mindset and values and beliefs, it probably is, but it's not working. And they can't, Rome wasn't built in a day. In-betweeners, let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay, don't get stuck in an energy to a point where you don't see there's a way out of a situation. I feel you're stuck in a sense of viewing something and thinking there's no chance. There is, but you do need to look at something from a different perspective to have the clarity on what to do. Okay, anything connected to something boding very well, or ideas you have in mind, they can happen, but it is going to directly equal being a big burden. So in a sense of a left or right scenario, it can be connected to children, connected to fertility, an idea in mind, a plan, a business, whatever it is you have in your mind that you're using as a block connected to you making a decision. It's saying that look at it from a different perspective. And, you know, it is feeling challenging, but at the same time, you think you don't have what it takes. You think you don't have what it takes to actually do the jump or pick a side. But you're keeping the faith, and you know, it's see things through, keep the balance and keep grounded, because as I said, your base chakra is feeling great. You're feeling as though you're quite grounded, and the way you're observing things, don't get scared by what you're sensing. That's what I'm being shown. So you know you have a choice. You have all the tools connected to manifesting and actually creating a positive outcome. You've done it in the past and you can do it again. You remember the past burdens connected to what you had to carry, but your back muscles became stronger due to the things you had to carry. Yet you might have actually been forgetting what you're already carrying now. And maybe what you're carrying, maybe you're considering, do I need to let that go because it's actually too heavy? But you're having faith connected to what you need to do, that the clarity is going to come to you. And I do feel it will. It'll be shining down on you. It'll be bright as day. And you're going to be very direct connected to, you know, what you're actually needing, and owning a sense of what you think is divinely correct for you. And your intuition will be directly connected to this, because you're the clarity connected to this, nobody else. So I don't feel, you know, it might be due to you not being able to move to see somebody, or you not having money connected to a move, or connected to you doing fertility. It feels as though the block connected to, do I do it or don't I do it, whatever that be in, because it doesn't have to be in a relationship. You know, the fence sitter aspect, you know, can be connected to any shape or form of what you want to do. this is about you feeling you don't have the tools and the ability to move forward, but it's the energy you come into the month with that does change. Because the fact that you're using your intuition will show you the clarity that even your mind is a tool. Okay, the fear connected to it will be what blocks you. So use your intuition, ground yourself. The birdie of fear is talking to you. They're always very noisy. Okay, it's due to a previous thing or a sense of sadness of losing an aspect of what is. And that is a process, you know, of a transition in some shape or form. I'll pull some clarity cards. You're pausing though, you're pausing connected to a movement, and it may be that you feel now is not the time to make that decision, and that's fine. But it feels like this has been, I can't say, I think it's come to a head, whatever it be. So the challenge for you, wherever you be at your left-right scenario, be it, you know, in a relationship or at a crossroad within a relationship and maybe deciding to buy a house, or maybe you want to plan to have children. Whatever that block is that you're thinking, do I, don't I? This is the section in the reading for it. You're questioning and trying to bring the clarity and the information together in order to make that final decision. This is not connected to a previous scenario, and you're realizing that, and you're realizing your blocks. You're actually dealing with your blocks connected to, because it's in reverse. So you're having a sense of realization that yes, in the past maybe there were failures connected to relationships you were in, or fears connected to an aspect of how you're physically feeling right now in connection to this subject of what's going on right now. You already did the work internally to love yourself internally, so it's really not about that. It's about you doing what's right for you. So you've done the internal work and you know what is relevant for you and what is going to make you ultimately happy, but it's the courage to then take those steps to move forward in order to do that. In order to have the connection, you know, because the in-betweener section is, for me, engagement is that deep connection connected to what you vibrationally feel is enough for you, and that's okay too. So in the month of August, I feel you guys will be getting grounded, making plans, using your intuition, and summing up what you've already learned in order to make solid decisions for yourself in a very safe, honest way. And a relevant way that directly relates to how your life's going to go. Singles, what's going on with you guys? Not bad. I was looking at the time. The last one was 45 minutes. They're all different. It depends on how much energy is coming through. Virgos are very private, highly intelligent people. That's sometimes why your energy comes through a little bit slower, because you're very private. I know many Virgos. I'm all right. Yeah. Hardest workers. Work so hard, whatever you're doing, even if you're at home, you're the hardest workers. Highly underestimate your looks too. Female or male, very attractive people. If only you knew. Singles. You guys being very strategic. don't worry about the money. I know you're worried about the money, but don't worry about money. It balances. If you worry about it, then all you're going to get is like negative outcomes connected to cash. So if you feel you need cash, imagine it. Imagine it to be very balanced and there, and that you will directly receive everything you physically need for the journey of which you're on. If you worry about it too much, you'll actually block it. And then it's the universe saying, that you're stuck in ego connected to, you need to have that sense of control. You do have control, but you need to control aspects in life connected to the vibrations being, I have. And if you have, you will get. If you believe you don't deserve it, you won't get it, because vibrationally and emotionally, you're not ready to receive the good. So when you shift that energy, what you receive is already yours. And that's all you need to do for the manifestation stance on it. So you just need to say, I'm broke. And guess what? You're broke. Or you can say, yep, I'm needing that. I'm going to have it. I'll have it. It's okay. And then just focus on something else. Because of that vibration, you're feeling unprepared. So you're trying to find an excuse connected to why you shouldn't be doing something because you don't have the money. So you're saying, well, I can't because I'm not ready. Nobody is ever ready to do anything. I do recall many times, and especially when I was ready for my child, I thought, I'm not ready. Nobody's ever ready. Okay, so you're pausing connected to a time that you feel you need to be ready for. So connected to money and aspects of you feeling that you need to have something, and it's very, very important that it defines you. It doesn't define you. You are worth more than money, and the way people will look at you will be more than that. And if they're only looking at you for an aspect of cash, then they're not the right ones to be with. That will make you unprepared because you're feeling you're not ready for the journey that you're taking. So you're pausing it until you are physically ready. So the plans that you're making in your life perhaps are taking money in order for you to have that forward movement connected to your love life, because this is the love life side for the singles. But generally, because you're single, you know, depending on the energies, masculine or feminine, that come through, at times you'll find it's like a general reading. Unless you get a private reading, what you'll find is aspects of general life will crop up. You're feeling foolish connected to this in your road and your journey and the decisions you're having to make. And at times you're not having the clarity and you're unwilling to make certain, you know, situations come about because you're standing firm. You're looking at other people, though, connected to perhaps a person who's interested in you. And it might be that you're feeling they don't make the cut. It might be that somebody is going to offer you love or has, and you feel in some shape or form you're questioning why they even like you. So they could be very well to do, and you might be feeling I better not be too excited because this person's going to think I'm all in it for the cash. And I don't even know if I'm remotely ready. And it might be a business venture that someone's offering, and you actually do meet someone in the romantic grapevine through a workplace scenario. But it's making you have this energy of feeling foolish. Remember, this month, grounded. Keep grounded, because the things that are coming towards you, you're going to need to see in a very clear aspect. So it's a bit like getting on a joyride. Get your seatbelt on and breathe. Be a viewer like a fly on a wall, and your intuition will tell you correctly what you need to do. There's going to be a love offer. And you're worried someone's going to take it away from you. You're definitely worried. Or it could be connected to a romantic person who you feel is offering you something, but somebody else has offered them something, and you're in the middle waiting to see whether they're going to make a decision. Where are we at? Not too bad. Get some clarity on that. Okay, feel safe connected to this person. And it can be when you come into that feeling of feeling safe, that's when it's going to move. So it can be aspects connected to you, the way you physically feel about yourself, on a vibration level, being attractive, feeling attractive and owning it, because they're saying this isn't connected to a marriage, it's in reverse. So if you had an aspect connected to a marriage in the past and you're feeling a bit unsure connected to moving forward, remember it's not the past. If this is connected to a person of what they're offering you and you don't feel they're offering you enough, it's too early. That's what I'm hearing. If they're not offering you children, you're single. I mean, really. This is two stories I feel coming through. Three, actually. It's either they're not ready for these things and it's early days, so the subject hasn't even been approached. It might not be your values nor the other person's, or it could physically be that it's a bit too early to be thinking about that, so stop panicking yourself. It can be due to a previous scenario of what you went through where some of your blocks actually stem from. This can be on your side or their side. But it is saying in an upright that you both are ready. Stop questioning your attractiveness. The laws of attraction are here. So by you blocking it, that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a delay. If you keep open to it, be grounded, breathe, you're going to get it. Keep an open mind. Okay?